break your back?
I was a trapeze artist, and I was training at a gym, and I was just doing a trick I do all the time, and I had an injury of tendonitis, and when I was coming up, my hand just released by, I don't know why it did, but I fell, and I fell in a bad way, and I folded in half.
How far did you fall?
I fell about, it was total about 7 or 8 feet, and I had a burst fracture of my L2 vertebrae, and I dislocated my L2, L3. So that's your lumbar spine. And so they put a steel rod in between T12 and L4. So now you guys can go look at a picture of a spine and figure out where that is.
You have a job, and if you do, what is it?
I'm a yoga teacher, and I also work part-time and doing administrative work with research, these researchers who do grant work, and they're working on a study right now, so I'm kind of assisting them.
How do you cook?
Just like everybody else, it usually takes me probably twice as long, maybe because the counter's a little higher, and I'm a lot more careful. I use a cutting board on my knee, and I don't use the oven as much because it's harder for me to take things in and out.
Why?
I don't have a good angle at it when I can do things that are light, but if things get too heavy, it's hard to tell from the kitchen, but I can't reach in. The oven door would sometimes burn my arm if I was trying to get it out. So if I'm cooking things in the oven, I try to plan it for when I have a friend coming over, and then when my friend gets here, I will have them take it out of the oven. Cooking things on the top of the stove, I usually try to cook things in smaller amounts and not in big pots because I can't see into big pots. So I cook things in shallower, bigger pots. But, yeah.
How do you reach things that are high up?
This is my favorite tool. This is how I get things that are high up, and this is how I put things away. And this is how when I'm on the sofa and I don't feel like getting back in my chair to get something that's far away.
How do you grocery shop?
Well, again, I can have groceries delivered, which is really handy from a couple different grocery stores. Or I attach bags to the back of my wheelchair, and there's a grocery store next door, and then a really nice grocery store a couple streets up that I'll go to, and I'll just grocery shop myself.
Wait, go.
How do you get into the bathtub?
I have a little stool, so I transfer, because the bathtub, there's about a distance between the toilet and the bathtub, so I put it between the toilet and the bathtub. I transfer under the toilet, onto the bath, next to the bathtub, and then in. Or if I want to take a shower, I have a shower chair, and then I transfer onto the shower chair, and I take a shower that way.
How do you get around town?
Well, often friends give me lifts if it's summertime. Okay, you're usually supposed to look at the interviewer, but often friends give me lifts. But if it's summertime, I try to go myself anywhere I can go if it's within 2 or 3 miles. There's a public transportation, really good public transportation here, so I'll take the bus. There's also something called Metro Mobility, and for $3, they come pick me up, door-to-door service. I can go anywhere I want. They strap down my chair, and yeah, so